Hi, and welcome back to our last video in our series on how to edit a shed in Autodesk Revit. In this video, we're going to edit a wall, move a door, change the door swing, and update our sheet to reflect the name that we want to add. So let's get started with a really simple step of changing the wall type. This may seem really little, but if you were noticing as you were editing your shed so far, some of the walls on the outside look different from some of the other walls. That was on purpose. In this, I wanted to show you how to change wall styles and what happens when we do change wall styles. So do you see this wall in my 3D view that's gray? I'm actually going to select it, and you'll see that in my Properties panel, it tells me what style wall this is. This is just a generic 8-inch wall. Well, let's see what happens when I click on a different wall with some lines on it. This says it's a basic wall, shed wall with siding. Let's edit this wall to be the same style. I can do this from either of my 3D views or from my floor plan. I'm going to begin by selecting the wall that's the wrong style. I'm going to come over here to my Properties panel. I'm going to click on the word basic, and I'm going to go down a little bit. I don't even need to scroll. I'm just going to go to the list below where it says most recently used wall types, and I'm going to change to the shed wall with siding. And voila! Even in the translucent 3D view, you can see that it added some lines to it. When I deselect the wall by clicking off of the wall, I now see that it is brown like my other 3 walls. I'm going to go back to the house and just check out to make sure that nothing funny has changed and everything about my 3D view that I needed to keep the same looks correct. I just changed the kind of wall that it is. Our next edit that we need to do is something that we can see in our floor plan. So let's toggle to our floor plan. In here, you'll see that I have a door to get into the shed. Well, this door needs a little bit of editing. Something we haven't discussed yet in architecture is the fact that doors have to swing in, which this one does, but also doors must swing against walls. We don't want this to just go into the middle of the shed, unless I was going to have cabinetry on both sides, but I'm going to add in some furniture here in a little bit. So I'm going to actually take my door and I'm going to change which way it swings. Now I have to be really careful. If I click on the wrong one, it's going to say, hey, it's going to swing out now. Oops, that was the wrong one. But if I click on the right set of double arrows, it's going to change the way the door swings. Now let's move this door to the corner. I'm just going to get it started by clicking and sliding and holding down on my mouse and moving that door towards the corner. Now I need to dimension the door. So I'm going to deselect the door. I'm going to move to my Annotate tab, and I'm going to choose my Aligned Annotate tool. Similar to how we annotated and dimensioned the window, I'm going to do the dimensioning for the door. I need to go from the center of the wall below to the center of the door. It will highlight with a nice dark blue line for you. And then I'm going to slide out here, and I'm going to keep sliding until I get a nice set of blue dotted lines. There they are. And I'm going to click to drop my dimension. Now it's going to default to whatever dimension you placed your door at. We need to change a couple of things. As we previously discussed, these dimensions don't go to the middle of a wall when it's an exterior wall. It needs to go to the outside. So to change that, you go to the middle blue dot, click once, click twice, and now it's going to the outside. But this ended up to be a really random number, and I want to change this to be exactly 2 foot 10. So to do that, I'm going to hit Escape 2 times to get back to my Architecture tab and be in my Modify tool. And now I'm going to select my door. And when my door is selected, ever so subtly, these numbers here turn blue. When they're blue, I can click on them and I can edit them. So I'm going to take my 2 feet, I'm going to leave that. I'm going to highlight the rest under inches, and on my keyboard I'm typing in 10 and I'm hitting enter on my keyboard. It moved just a little bit, but my door is now in the right spot and my dimension reflects that accurate placement. So I'm almost ready. I haven't done this yet, but I'm going to do a Control S to save my work. Now I'm going to go into my component, and I am going to encourage you to just look around inside your load family. Maybe you want to check out in that Imperial folder some of the furniture available. Maybe you're going to add in some carpet or a TV, or you want to add in a wastebasket. Go ahead and just try out some different stuff. I'm going to go into seating. I'm going to add in a chair. That one's really funky. Something that will match my style. That one's kind of wild. Yep, I'm going to add in this couch and chair. They might look kind of crazy in 3D, but on 2D, they'll look pretty great. So I'm going to add in this couch. I'm going to hit my space bar to turn it around. And I'm going to hit escape 2 times. And now I'm going to add in the matching chair. This really takes up a lot of space in my little teeny shed. You know, I might end up taking some of that out, but for now, that's going to work. And now we're ready to get this prepared to turn in. Something that's created in this file for you is hiding down at the bottom corner. It's called Sheets. I have already made a sheet for you, so if you go down to your project browser, click on the little teeny plus sign next to Sheets, you'll see that there are 2 sheets created. Please double-click and open up the one that says Shed Edit. In your Shed Edit, depending on how much you moved around your 3D views, your different views of your shed are going to be appearing, and you'll see that your floor plan is all set and ready to go. Let's fix up this one because this is the correct angle of my isometric of the view I want for my shed with no roof, but I want to see my kitchen a little bit better. So I'm going to come over here to my tab for my hidden view or my hidden roof view. I'm going to click on the house. And now that I click on my house and I edit or I toggle back to my sheet view, you can see that in my sheet view, my view also changed. I now have it matching. So they're here and here. I am actually going to go in, I'm going to add a window here and here and here, and then I'll be all ready to export this. And voila, I have added 4 extra windows. 2 on the south wall, 1 on the east wall, and 1 on the north wall, right behind the sink that's added. Next thing, I need to do a teeny bit more editing on this sheet. I need to change the owner name. When this gets printed out by your teacher, we want to know who this sheet belongs to. So you're going to take a moment, you're going to double click on the word owner, and you're going to type in your name. Now it's saying, hey, that's not letting me do that. There we go. There we go. I need to have it be blue. So now that it's blue, I'm going to take owner and I'm going to put my first name and my last name, and I'm going to hit enter. So now this will say your name. The name of the class is Green Architecture. The project that we're working on is our Shed Edit. You may feel free to scroll in and update any of these pieces of information as you like, and you'll be ready for our final video on exporting this file and turning it into a PDF.